Hello everyone, I'm Whitney and today I'm going to be doing my May and June wrap-up.
I know Jesse just did a video where he did the same thing, so I'm gonna pretend like it was my idea first. Starting off with May, I read around 8 books in May and a novella, so technically 9 books, but I'm saying 8, and let's just talk about those. The first book I read was the sequel to Just One Day, and it's Just One Year by Gail Forman. Absolutely loved this series. I'm not going to go into much of a synopsis about this one, but the first book is basically about a girl that goes to France with a guy for a day, and then stuff happens. The first book is told in the girl's perspective, this one's told in the guy's perspective, and this is so good. I completely loved these 2 books. Then after I read that, I read Just One Night by Gail Forman, which is the novella that takes place after the book ends. Both of those books end in the same place, and then it ends on like a cliffhanger kind of. Gail wrote an actual novella saying what happens afterward, and it was so beautiful. I am so glad she wrote this. So good. I gave both of these 5 stars. The next book that I completed was Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I've been reading this book since probably last year. It was taking me so long. Finally finished it though. I thought it was pretty good. People said it's their favorite in the series, but honestly I just thought it was good. So I gave it 4.5 stars, and the only reason I lowered it to 4.5 is because it took me forever to read and it was kind of slow. But yeah, really want to finish the Harry Potter series this summer, hopefully the Summer of Spells that a couple people are hosting. I will get into that to help me. And yeah, really liking Harry Potter. It's just, I really wish I would have read it as a kid because I would have liked it so much better probably. On May 6th, The One by Kira Cass came out, and I got it the day it came out because I got it signed. Let me just brag a little bit. Swag. I really liked how it ended, but I thought it was pretty predictable. So I think I gave this 3 or 4 stars. I don't remember. Probably 4 stars. The next book I read is The Pledge by Kimberly Durdig. I didn't really like this one, and I might end up unhauling this eventually. I'm sad because I got it signed though. But I thought it was a cool aspect. It's about like, I'm not sure if it's dystopian or fantasy, but it's kind of like a world with a kingdom, and they all speak different languages, and it's so hard to explain in a short amount of time, but I didn't like it that much. Was not a fan. Next, I read Scarlet by Marissa Meyer, which I loved, and I think Cinder I only gave 4 stars because I was like, it was okay. But this one I gave 5 stars. I love the new characters. I brought Cress up to my aunt's house so I could read that soon because I feel like it's going to be amazing also. This is a really good sci-fi series. If you have not already read Cinder, it definitely gets better. I don't know if Cress is even better than Scarlet. If it is, this series is going to slowly become one of my favorites. But definitely a great sci-fi series. Loved this one. Next, I read Between the Lines by J.D. McCall and Samantha Van Leer. This is a book that my friend Tris recommended to me because we're doing a little book swappy challenge thing. I don't know how to describe it. I'll link that video in the description. But basically, me and my 2 friends challenged each other to read 2 books by the end of the year. And this is one of them, and she thought I would enjoy this, and she was right. I gave this book 4 stars, and it's a really cool book because, ooh, made the camera shake. It's a cool book because it's about a girl that falls in love with a fictional character, and the fictional character can like see her up through the pages, and they can like talk and stuff. Warner. The only problem I had was that it was such a good concept, like on paper, but actually executed it felt a little bit silly. Nevertheless, I dropped it. I really liked it. It gave me a lot of feels. It was so cute. Loved the writing. I would recommend this to a ton of people. It's so great. Next, I read The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings. I actually read an arc of this, and it's over there. Here, I can reach it. Come here. This is the arc that I read that I received from Penguin. I got both of these signed. Here's the sign on this one, and here's the sign on this one. And I'm actually giving this one away, so I will link you to that video if you want to enter. It was supposed to end the other day, but I was like, not really that many people have entered, so I'm gonna wait just a little bit until I post this video to end it. So if you want to last minute run over there and grab this, then I will link that. I thought this was so cool. I actually have a review of it, so I will also link that in the description. I just thought it was so fast-paced, so gory and amazing, and definitely am looking forward to the sequel that she said will come into existence soon. I just think this book is so cool, like the barcode pages, and beautiful book, lovely author, 4 stars. And then the last book I read was City of Heavenly Fire. I ended up finding this like 2 or 3 days early. My dad and I were up until like 2 a.m. looking at stores for this book, so I wanted it as soon as possible. I only have 2 thoughts about this book. One, I feel like it was more of an introduction to the next series rather than a wrap-up. And second, I really disagree with the way that they advertised it before it came out. Hello, husband. He's so beautiful. I'm also kind of mad because they also spoiled it a little bit with the drawing on the inside. And that completes what I read in May. And so for June, I started out the month by reading Inland by Kat Rosenfield. I have a review on this, and you can go watch that if you want to know in depth of what I thought about it. But I loved this book. This is definitely going to be on my top books of 2014. I feel like you shouldn't have a synopsis whenever you read this, so I'm not going to say much about it. I really want to read Kat Rosenfield's other book now because her writing is so great, as you can see by my tabs. 5 stars, loved this book. Then I finally, after a year, was able to finish The Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan. Riordan? I don't know why I said Riordan. I've never said that in my life. Yeah, it was okay. I still am the only reason I'm reading this is so that I can read Heroes of Olympus. I'm not enjoying these a whole bunch. I think they're cool plots. I think the characters are sometimes funny, but I can definitely tell this is a middle grade series. Really want to finish the last 2 though, because I really want to read Heroes of Olympus. Then I read a graphic novel. Oh, I should probably mention that I read 2 graphic novels in the month of June. Yeah, I read 2 graphic novels. I don't know. This is the first book in a graphic novel series called Saga. I'm getting worse and worse at videos. The basic gist of this is that these 2 people are from 2 different planets and they're technically not supposed to be together, but hey, look, a child! So, yeah, it's them being hunted down, and it's just a bunch of drama, and I really like it. I read it in like an hour or 2, so it was really quick and really fun, and I really want to get the second one. Itchy Nose Syndrome. Yeah, I gave this like 4 stars, I think? I don't really remember. I know I gave it a pretty good rating. Then I read 2 library books, so I can't hold them up. First one I read is The Day Before by Lisa Schroeder. First Lisa Schroeder book, I read this because Katie from Cat Skywriter 24, one of my really good friends, loves this book, so I was like, well, might as well. And it's written in verse, so it only took me like 2 hours to read, which was great. I felt really good about my reading. So I read that. It was so good. Another top 10 favorite of 2014. It was really good. I need to buy this for my shelf. After that, I read Love is the Higher Law by David Levithan. I just posted a review on this, so I'll link that below. This book is set around 9/11, and it's about 3 different kids that are going through it and how they're managing their feelings during and after it. And I thought it was pretty good. I had a couple of problems with it that I told in my review. Overall, love David Levithan. I gave it 4 stars. The next book that I read is Vivian Devine is Dead by Lauren Sable. Sable? I also have a review on this. I will link the review also. So many reviews, I'm sorry. If you want to see more of my beautiful face, go watch those reviews. This I thought was pretty good. It's really fast-paced. It's about a girl who's a movie star someone's trying to kill her. So she's running away from them and she has to go to Mexico. This was really fast-paced, which is the reason I gave it 3 stars, but I also had a ton of little minor problems with it, which is why it didn't get that amazing of a rating. Again, watch the review if you want to find out. Then I read Stolen by Lucy Christopher, which is about a girl who gets kidnapped in Australia and has to live with this psycho, lonely guy. I was a huge fan of this book. I'm really glad that I read this. My only thing is, I have a really bad habit where I am in love with, like, clinically insane characters. So, this kidnapper was like, yeah, I'm just so lonely up here and I want a friend, which is why I've been stalking you and I kidnapped you. And instead of being like, wow, that's horrible, I was like, You're so lonely and cute. It's okay. We should make a law though. It is illegal for criminals to be beautiful and have blue eyes and scruffy beards. I thought this was really good, really quick. Really cool because it's written in second person. It's a letter from her to the guy. I gave this, I think, 5 stars. Then I read another graphic novel. Surprise, surprise. This is the Infernal Devices Clockwork Angel. I enjoyed this. I only bought it because I was stuck at a bookstore for 45 minutes and had nothing to do and my phone was dead, so I was like, why not buy a book? Why not get a graphic novel? I went into this really hesitant because I have a thing where I'm like, how do you read graphic novels? Like, where do I even start? But I got a handle of it pretty quickly. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't really remember anything from Clockwork Angel, so it was a really good refresher. I didn't really like this book, like the actual book, because I have a problem with the characters and some of the stuff in it. But this book made me kind of appreciate it a little bit more, and I don't know if that's because I'm rereading it or just because they make the characters really attractive in picture form. So, yeah, I gave this, I think, 4 stars. I think I gave the real book 4 stars too, so yeah, it was just quick, fun. The same things that happened in this happened in the books. It was just a really good refresher, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Next, I read a book on my Kindle, and that book was Frigid by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I just wanted something really quick to read, something really light. I was kind of tired of like kidnappers and deadly robot beings, so I just wanted something fun, something cute, and this definitely did that for me. I gave this one 3 stars, which is kind of normal for me for like new adult fluffy stuff, and yeah, it was enjoyable. I mean, that's all I can say about it. It wasn't bad, I just don't think it was... It's not something I read because I was like, wow, I really want to read some amazing literature today. Speaking of amazing literature, I reread The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer this month, and it is so good the second time. I was marking my favorite parts, and I fell in love with Noah Shaw all over again. I was able to understand it better the second time, because the first time I read it, if you've read The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, you know at the end you're like, what is going on? It's been a year since I've read it, and I completely was able to reacquaint myself with why I loved it so much. This is truly one of the best books out there. I highly recommend this. Then I read Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. My ear is itching. This is a fantasy book set in like alternate universe Russia, and I thought it was really good, and I gave this 4 stars, I believe. 4.5 more like. I really enjoyed this. I loved the world. I loved the characters. It's just wasn't mind-blowing. And then on like the last day of June, I was like, I need something to read just to fill the last couple days of June, so I picked up The Star Won't Go Out by Esther Earl. I don't have the dust jacket because I accidentally left it at my aunt's house, but I cannot believe that I read this after filming my most influential books video, because this had me sobbing like a baby and it changed me. I remember my mom walking in telling me to clean my room as I was reading this, and I just turned around and I was crying, and I was just like, if you've read The Fault in Our Stars and you liked The Fault in Our Stars, please pick this one up. It is sad, but you totally understand where John Green comes from after it. It was so inspiring, so sad, so great. This book is a non-fiction kind of biography-ish type book about Esther Earl, which is the girl that John Green was really good friends with, who kind of gave him some inspiration behind The Fault in Our Stars, even though he'd already kind of written it before he met her. So you can definitely tell that a part of her went into that book after reading this. And it's just some of her journal entries, some stuff her parents said about her, some letters to her from her friends, just pretty much a ton of writing about the time when she was in the hospital and she was sick or she was getting better, and then eventually when she died. And I thought it was so beautiful. Let's play a game called Can I Thumbnail or Will I Die? Oh my god, they're all falling. They're all literally coming off. Oh my god, they're all falling. Stop! That'll do, pig. that'll do. I hope you enjoyed my video. I will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good summer. Unless you're in the southern hemisphere, then have a good winter. Toodles!